In this first video of the series, we're going to explore calculating the range using Swift. The range is simply the difference between the highest and the lowest value. So here we have our sample data of Cuban baseball players in 2018. We can easily see when we start to visualize this data where the highest and lowest points are. However, if we want to make a more accurate visualization, it'd be best to sort our data. So this can be done pretty easily using a list, as we've done previously. And as we sort this collection of data, we can easily now see who's the highest and who's the lowest. In this bar graph illustration, now I can identify my highest and my lowest. But what we're going to do is to do this same calculation using code. So you should be familiar with lists by now, but we're going to open up Swift Playgrounds and we're going to have a play with that. So I'm using Swift Playgrounds on iPad OS. However, you can also use an Xcode playground to achieve the same thing as we've done previously. So the first thing you're going to need is a set of test data. I've got the age and a glucose level. And you can see here where I'm exporting the minimum and max ranges. Minimum and maximum values, which we previously worked out in another activity. So to start off, I'm going to create an extension. This extension will only work with floating points. So that data there needs to be in a floating point, otherwise our extension will not appear. The minimum and maximum methods are already available for our list, so we can apply that. So if I run my code there, you can see I can display my minimum and maximum. But now we're going to start on our new extension in order to figure out the range. So the first extension we're going to create is a length. This will return our elements, and we're simply going to look at the element itself and count how many items are inside that array. That'll give us the length. So I can check my code, checking the ages, and then I can call that method which I just created for the extension. So I'll run that code, and I can see that I have the length of my array. Once we have that length, we can start to explore the range. So the next extension I'm going to create will be to create a range extension. So create a new function, range. It'll also return our elements. And simply look at itself, find the max, take away the minimum, and that will produce our range. So then we're going to test out this new extension which we created. So I'll just copy and paste the length that I wrote before, change the output slightly to range. Instead of checking that length method, I'm going to use my new range method which I just created. And this will now produce our range. This is the first step in our descriptive statistics. Next we're going to move on to finding the mean.